Everything Kody thought was safe just exploded. That's how Sister Wives fans are feeling after the latest bombshell that hit Kody Brown and his ever-dramatic family life. For years, viewers watched Kody try to balance the complexities of his polygamous lifestyle, carefully navigating relationships with wives, children, and extended family. Yet, even as he planned and tried so hard to keep harmony in his family, the latest twist has left Kody and fans completely shocked. The drama centers on Janelle, the second wife of Kody, who has long been known for her strong personality, independent streak, and sometimes unpredictable decisions. Through the years, Janelle has shown that she does not fear making those decisions that upset the family dynamics, and this time around is no different. Rumors started flooding that Janelle started seeing someone new, a man who is not only her admirer, but also someone who deeply despises Kody. According to sources, this new boyfriend is no random on and off acquaintance. He shares a history with Kody and has apparently, over the years, silently harbored a personal vendetta against him. Social media has been abuzz with speculation since the information leaked among fans. Many ask, could this guy actually be plotting to destroy Kody? How does Janelle get involved with such a person, the one so dangerous to family harmony? The questions are innumerable, and the intrigue is high. Sources close to the family paint a picture that sounds more like a page torn from a suspense thriller novel than anything remotely resembling reality. According to those sources, the new boyfriend has been biding his time, studying Kody's weaknesses, and just waiting for the right moment to strike. Whether through subtle manipulative tactics, very public confrontations, or backroom scheming, it would appear that he intends to shake Kody's world to its very foundation. And with Janelle now romantically involved, it's a situation that promises to threaten not just Kody's peace of mind, but his standing within the Brown family. Viewers who have followed the series for a while can attest that Kody has been through many challenges, such as financial issues, personal clashes, and how to deal with a large family, but nothing like what is about to transpire. The idea of an enemy coming from within, someone who has personal reasons to bring him down, is one thing that Kody has never faced. It's one of those moments that will leave even the most loyal viewers second-guessing what may happen next. The situation has also brought into sharp focus the boldness of Janelle, and the fact that she makes choices that many others would not. While some of Kody's other wives have a tendency to work within patterns, Janelle seems unafraid to make heart-driven choices, even when those choices have landed her in dangerous territory. The new relationship, intense and full of chemistry, according to those close to the situation, seems completely oblivious to the possible consequences on Kody. To them, this adds a layer of electric charge to the drama. This is not a love triangle of jealousy or rivalries. This is a story about personal desire colliding with family loyalty. Reactions on social media have been immediate and intense. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit with comments, theories, and memes. Hashtags like #KodyPanic, #JanelleDrama, and #SisterWivesChaos began trending within hours, drawing the attention of fans who haven't even followed the show closely. Some leapt to sympathy for Kody, who's often been the peacemaker and now finds himself cornered in a situation beyond his control. Others sided with Janelle, celebrating her independence and arguing that everyone deserves happiness, even if it challenges family norms. The tension isn't just limited to the family's personal dynamics. It has potential public ramifications as well. Sister Wives is one of those shows that thrives on capturing the complexity of human relationships, and this new storyline delivers on every level. People in the television world think that the producers might have known the explosive potential of this pairing and knew it would create an unprecedented engagement from viewers. And from the fan reactions right now, it seems they did. People are so hooked, not just by the romance, but by the looming threat to Kody's control over the family, and the possibility of a public confrontation that could change everything. Making matters even more intriguing, insiders close to the family confirm that Kody is very aware of the potential threat this new boyfriend may pose. According to friends and insiders, he has begun to second-guess past decisions, rehashing his interactions with Janelle and even wondering if he underestimated how multidimensional the situation would be. For a man often painted as calm, cool, and calculated, it was a rare, raw glimpse into vulnerability. Gone was the usual confidence of Kody, instead replaced by careful, almost defensive calculation, an attempt to gauge what this new man is capable of, and how that might affect the family dynamic. Meanwhile, Janelle's actions continue to create a buzz. Not only is she pursuing her new relationship openly, but she also seems to be unbothered by the tension between her and the family that keeps growing. This has Kody and others in the family questioning if she realizes the severity of her actions. To viewers, this adds a whole new level of intrigue. Does Janelle intentionally do things to see how far she can go? Or is she purely acting based on her heart, without realizing the storm she may be creating? Putting together Janelle's independence, the new boyfriend's vindictiveness against Kody, and an already complicated family dynamic, this has been nothing short of a perfect storm. Every step is under the microscope. Each word said is analyzed, and every post on social media has people just waiting for some sort of sign. And the tension continues to mount. According to sources close to the series, the show's upcoming episodes will further explore the boyfriend's motives and how well Kody can respond, or if things are about to get totally out of hand. For die-hard Sister Wives fans, this is the plot twist. This is a tale of emotional tension, unexpected alliances, and high-stakes drama to keep viewers glued. And for those who tune in, it is an introduction to the complex, often messy reality of the Brown family, a family where love, loyalty, and personal ambitions frequently collide, sometimes explosively. In other words, Kody's supposedly stable world is now under attack. Janelle's new boyfriend has stepped onto the playing field, not just as a love interest, but also as an instigator of chaos, a test of Kody's patience, strategy, and authority. And here, fans will ask, how will Kody react? Can he keep his family together and remain the head of the family? Or has this marked the beginning of a shocking disintegration that will forever alter the Brown family? As events continue to unfold, one thing is sure: this is Sister Wives at its most thrilling. The tension brought about by personal desire, hidden agendas, and public scrutiny is nothing short of almost unbearable. And with Janelle boldly embracing the new chapter in her life, the question hanging over Kody is clear. Can he survive this storm, or has his reign over the family entered its most perilous phase yet? Everything is in place, the players are ready, and the world is holding its breath. Kody's world will never be the same, and nobody has any idea of what comes next. One thing is unmistakable: the drama is real, the stakes are high, and this shocking revelation is just the beginning. The tension in the Brown family had reached a boiling point. After Janelle's surprising new relationship was revealed, Kody's normally in-control facade started to crack, and the changes in family dynamics began to unfold in ways no one could ever have believed. For years, Kody had prided himself on maintaining balance among his wives, managing conflicts carefully, and projecting authority in both private and public spheres. But the arrival of a man who not only captured Janelle's heart, but also openly harbored resentment toward Kody threatened to unravel everything. The encounter that has sent tongues wagging, according to sources, happened during a recent family gathering. Friends and insiders described the scene as electrifying and unbearable to watch. Several wives and their children were in attendance. What should have been a casual setting, peppered with conversation and warmth, was instead thick with tension, silent glances, and hostility barely concealed. Even those not directly involved felt the situation waiting upon them. According to eyewitnesses, the new boyfriend arrived with a quiet, almost unsettling confidence. While Kody was seen as cautious and measured, this man conveyed a sense of control and purpose. Insiders close to the couple say that he never raised his voice or overtly made threats, but simply unsettled Kody with his presence. Even minor acts of physicality, peppered conversations, and a measured smile were touted as calculated maneuvers intended to poke at Kody and test his mettle for vulnerabilities. For Kody, this was a situation he had never experienced before. He was usually the one who directed the interactions, worked out disputes, and kept the peace during high-pressure moments. In this case, however, he was being watched, evaluated, and passively confronted. Friends close to the family describe how, during much of this get-together, Kody was guessing every word, every action, and every possible consequence, thinking about what this man would do next. For viewers, it was a complete shock, a sight to see the patriarch of the family in such a weak and responsive position. Meanwhile, Janelle didn't seem to bat an eyelash at the drama surrounding her. Observers say she chatted with her new beau effortlessly, acting as though she hadn't a clue what silent war was happening between him and Kody. Her confidence only amplified Kody's angst, as he was slowly beginning to realize this wasn't an on-the-whim thing. This was a real relationship that had the possibility of affecting the entire family. It was the juxtaposition of Janelle's calm assertiveness against Kody's growing anxiety that made for a dramatically tense situation for all who were watching. The new boyfriend reportedly took careful measures to establish dominance without causing outright confrontation. While he didn't make public threats, insiders close to the situation claim he made pointed comments and subtle references to past conflicts with Kody. Sure, the comments were soft-spoken, low-key, even benign, to the untrained ear, but they were enough to send ripples through the gathering, leaving friends and family members, and even some of the other wives, quietly questioning what they were witnessing. It was, according to one who witnessed it, watching two chess masters face off silently, each move calculated, each glance loaded with meaning. This was a turning point for viewers who have been following the series. Kody, confident and sure of himself on so many levels in previous episodes, was different in light of this new boyfriend. His sense of calm and authoritarian projection appeared compromised. Instead, he was being very cautious and vigilant, almost on the defense. Social media took that right away when comments such as, "Kody looks terrified," "This man has him cornered," and "We've never seen Kody like this before." The aftermath of this encounter only added to the drama as Kody's relationships with his other wives became increasingly complicated. Some of them tried to mediate, offering subtle advice or attempting to redirect conversations away from potential conflict. Others remained silent, observing the tension unfold with a mix of concern and curiosity. The balance Kody worked so hard to maintain was beginning to show cracks, and the new boyfriend seemed fully aware of how to exploit them. Insiders claim the energy in the room was so thick that casual interactions alone became tense. Every smile, every casual gesture, and every comment seemed to hold hidden meaning. According to friends, the air was electric. One wrong move could set off a fight that would have some serious long-term implications. Kody, who typically does well in situations where he can control what's happening around him, was for one of the first times on camera, reacting to dynamics outside of his control. It was a rare, vulnerable moment, both fascinating and nerve-wracking for fans. The role of Janelle in this encounter cannot be belittled. To openly engage the new boyfriend, fully aware of how things eventually would fall out, speaks volumes about her independence. She also underlines the very real fact that this is not a family issue, but one of wills, personalities, and strategic thinking. It was clear from what Janelle did that she was willing to follow her heart, even if it sparked some conflict within the family or set Kody up for some uneasy moments. But the tactics of this new boyfriend also had captured the attention of media and fans alike. His ability to create tension without overt aggression reflected much social awareness and strategic planning. According to analysts that follow reality TV dynamics, introducing a figure like this into a complex family environment is a surefire way to heighten drama. As for Kody, this meant not just emotional strain, but also the challenge of navigating people's perception. As fans scanned through each reaction and each decision, one particularly tense moment reportedly occurred when Kody and the new boyfriend were in the same room alone, if only briefly. Observers say that while no words were exchanged directly about the conflict, the intensity of the standoff was palpable. Kody's expressions betrayed a mixture of caution, determination, and concern, while the new boyfriend remained composed, almost smug. This silent confrontation, captured by attentive fans through social media commentary, became an instant talking point and added another layer of intrigue to the unfolding drama. By the time the get-together was over, it seemed as though things would never again be as they once were. Kody walked away from his family looking quite distracted, still lost deep in thought over Janelle's new relationship, and this man who so obviously had his crosshairs set on him. Meanwhile, Janelle looked energized, entertained by the new romance in which she was embroiled, and paying very little mind to the aftershocks the current romance was creating within the family. For viewers, this is the perfect example of reality TV drama done right. High stakes, emotional tension, and a cast of characters whose personalities and motivations collide in unpredictable ways. Now, fans are left to speculate on how Kody will respond, what strategies he will use, and if this new boyfriend is going to escalate to try and take on the family patriarch. The incident also kicked open the door wider for wider-ranging discussions on power dynamics, loyalty, and family complexities. Kody, for a long time considered a stabilizer, now sees himself put to the test in ways that push him to the edge. Janelle's willingness to embrace her new relationship, coupled with the quiet but unmistakable threat of the new boyfriend, has transformed the family dynamic into high-stakes drama that continues to captivate audiences. In short, this tense encounter is more than just a simple meeting. It is a turning point. It reveals vulnerabilities in Kody, showcases Janelle's boldness, and brings into focus a calculated adversary whose very presence promises to change everything. To fans of Sister Wives, it is a master class on suspense, emotional tension, and the unexpected outcomes that arise from relationships. As the story keeps on going, the viewer might start asking himself, what will Kody do next? Regain control or allow this new threat to destabilize the family he fought so hard to hold together? One thing is certain, the tension is only just beginning, and the drama has barely started. The minute the news about Janelle's new romance went online, there was an eruption of chaos online. Fans were barely digesting the bombshell about Sister Wives when social media turned into a battleground of opinions, theories, and hot debates. Hashtags such as hashtag Kody Panic, Janelle Drama, and hashtag Sister Wives Feud surfaced within hours and trended, attracting the attention of both casual viewers and die-hard fans. It wasn't just a story about family drama. It turned out to be a worldwide conversation in which every little detail was pulled under the magnifying glass, and every step was put under scrutiny. Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit blew up with theories. Fans sympathized for Kody, framing him as a man blindsided by forces beyond his control. He's always been the peacemaker, and now look at him, one fan tweeted, attaching a screenshot from the latest episode. Others blamed Janelle, praising her boldness while cautioning against the fallout. "She's following her heart, but this could destroy Kody," wrote one Reddit user, sparking a thread that quickly ballooned to hundreds of comments. The new boyfriend became an instant focal point. Fans dug deep into his social media profiles in search of anything that would hint at his motives, past encounters with Kody, or personality traits that could explain his apparent resentment. Some commenters swore they had uncovered old business disputes and public disagreements between the two men, framing the situation as a personal vendetta orchestrated behind closed doors. Every post, every story, and every comment from the boyfriend was parsed for hidden meaning, feeding the speculation machine that by now dominated the online conversation. YouTube went ablaze in no time either. Reaction videos, commentary channels, and fan theories started coming in hours after the news had broken. Channels of several thousand subscribers posted videos titled "Kody Panic," "Janelle's new boyfriend wants him out," and "Sister Wives' biggest betrayal yet." These videos garnered millions of views almost immediately as fans starved to see opinions, reactions, and breakdowns regarding the unfolding drama. Each upload contributed to the frenzy, a cycle where speculation fueled more speculation that kept the story atop the trends across platforms. Meanwhile, TikTok turned into a platform for creative reactions. Fans shared short, dramatic skits and reaction videos that imagined confrontations between Kody and the new boyfriend. Clips of Kody looking worried or Janelle appearing confident were set to suspenseful music and racked up millions of views. Memes exploded too, with captions like, "When your wife's new boyfriend is your worst enemy," and "Kody just realized he's not the main character anymore." That was how viral moments made this drama accessible, even to people who hadn't been following the show, and brought the story outside its niche. The most talked about online development was, of course, the debate between family loyalty and personal happiness. Onlookers divided themselves into camps, one defending Kody's position as family patriarch, another celebrating Janelle's right to follow her heart. Comment sections became virtual arenas where opinions clashed and created a virtual extension of the drama going on in the show. The engagement pushed further with every increase in the story, as the more that they discussed, the further algorithms pushed content to broader audiences, creating such a snowball effect in turning the narrative into a viral phenomenon. According to insiders, Kody's responses to this online storm were complex. While part of him was angry to be scrutinized and criticized from every direction, as if people were judging every move he made, the other part is reportedly pragmatic enough to understand that the din on social media underscored how much was at stake. He had better tread with care, not because of his own reputation necessarily, but because of what this perception of stability means to the family. Friends close to Kody describe how he allegedly spent hours poring over fan reactions, commenting, and trying to gauge how the new boyfriend might use that visibility. Janelle, however, seemed almost impervious to the digital storm surrounding her. She embraced the attention in a manner that seemed to exude confidence and perhaps a premeditated understanding of how modern media works. According to some sources, she was fully aware of how this social media buzz would help strengthen her position, drawing public sympathy and admiration toward her boldness. As Kody struggled with unease, Janelle seemed to be playing a very different game, one that included not just her personal happiness, but also the optics of the unfolding drama. It wasn't just casual fans, though. Reality TV news outlets jumped onto the story almost immediately, churning out articles that tore at every angle of the situation. Headlines screamed, "Kody Brown in panic mode as Janelle's boyfriend enters the scene." And is this the end of Kody's control in Sister Wives? These articles, in turn, fed even more social media discussion, as fans shared links and commented on theories, speculating on what might happen next. The story had finally crossed from family drama into a full-blown media sensation. The boyfriend himself was responsible for this online frenzy, though very unintentionally. Even casual posts, stories, or mentions in interviews became quite the talking points on social media among fans and media people. Every photo was analyzed for hidden meanings, every caption dissected for clues about his intentions toward Kody. Social media sleuths claimed to have found subtle references to past grievances, further suggesting this wasn't a simple interest in romance, but a deliberate challenge to Kody's very authority. Speculation mounted to the extent that some fans created elaborate timelines, attempting to reconstruct the history between the two men and adding more intrigue and depth to the story. As the online chatter grew more heated, reality TV pundits started to speculate about what might happen next. Would Kody accost the new boyfriend on camera? Was Janelle going to choose her new love over family harmony? Could the fight escalate to an irreparable rift within the Brown family? The questions alone kept viewers tuning in, spurring comments, likes and shares, and discussion threads that seemed to grow by the hour. The drama was no longer constrained to the television screen. It had now become a multi-platform, interactive experience through which fans felt like active participants in unfolding drama. The social media explosion also brought to light the power dynamics involved. Kody, often seen as the anchor of the family, was now facing not only tension within, but also the external pressures of a global audience. The constant scrutiny magnified vulnerabilities, moments of doubt and hesitation that fans rarely witnessed. While Janelle's increased visibility and confident handling of the attention indicated she was both cognizant of her influence and quite willing to wield it. This digital battlefield became a key arena for their conflict, a modern layer of the age-old themes of rivalry, loyalty, and the struggle for power. The phenomenon even caught the attention of broader media, including entertainment news channels and reality TV blogs. Analysts and commentators picked apart the situation, positing theories about potential confrontations, alliances, and betrayals. Many observed how social media had reimagined the way fans consume reality television, in their ability to participate, speculate, and drive storylines in ways they could not a decade prior. The Kody-Janelle storyline exemplified that new era of interactive drama, putting personal relationships into global spectacles overnight. Even amid the online whirlwind, the Brown family continued to be the headlining stage for drama. Every look, every word, and every action now was amplified by the public eye in ways never seen before. For Kody, it was a grueling task to sort through personal, family, and public expectations. Every move carried ramifications, from the living room into social media streams and headline news. For Janelle, the exposure legitimized her actions, both in assurance and a sense of empowerment with her new connection. In essence, the explosion of social media transformed a private family issue into a worldwide conversation. Fans dissected motives and debated loyalties, and any declarations of what might happen next were highly regarded. Every post, every comment, every video added fuel to the fire, keeping the story alive and amplifying its impact. A virtual space had become an extension of the Brown family drama, where tension, strategy, and emotional stakes played out in real time for a global audience. As the saga keeps unfolding, one thing is for sure: the online reaction has amplified the stakes. Kody is under scrutiny like never before. Janelle is following her heart, bold as brass, and with the presence of a new boyfriend, there is a narrative full of suspense, unpredictability, and high emotional tension. the fans are left to watch, discuss, and debate, knowing full well the next chapter in this saga may bring with it revelations to change everything. And the virtual storm does not appear to be abating. For the Browns, social media has become a pressure cooker, where every exchange is subject to dissection, every motive placed under a microscope, and every decision weighed. In the world of reality television, this level of engagement is gold, and the drama involving Kody, Janelle, and her new boyfriend is now right at the middle of a worldwide extravaganza. One thing is for sure, the online explosion isn't just noise. It's a reflection of deep emotional states and high drama unfolding in the Brown family. For viewers, this is more than entertainment. It's a real-time saga that keeps them hooked, engaged, and desperate to see what happens next. Kody Brown was in uncharted territory. For years, he had kept his place as the Brown family patriarch, juggling relationships with multiple wives, managing conflicts, and putting on an air of calm authority. But the arrival of Janelle's new boyfriend, a man who not only captured her heart but openly resented Kody, had shattered the stability to which he had worked so hard to attain. What began as subtle tension at family gatherings quickly escalated into full-blown panic, leaving Kody struggling to regain control of a situation that now seemed beyond his grasp. A source close to the family described him as having sat for hours, in solitude, over the new developments. An insider said he questioned every decision he had made within the past few months. Had he underestimated Janelle's independence? Did he not consider the threat this new man posed? Friends described Kody as being quiet and contemplative, unusually so, a far cry from the confident figure audiences are accustomed to seeing on screen. The tension wasn't just emotional. It was psychological, and for Kody, the stakes were higher than ever. According to insiders, Kody's panic was compounded by the public attention the situation had aroused. Social media users, reaction videos, and endless speculation had turned what might have been a private family matter into a worldwide spectacle. Every decision, every interaction, and every conversation was scrutinized in real time. For someone like Kody, who has spent years tending to carefully managed family dynamics and public perception, this extra pressure was almost unbearable. He wasn't just working through personal issues. He was performing under the weight of global expectations. The first thing Kody reportedly did was to try and gauge the motives of this new boyfriend. Friends reveal that he spent significant time looking into the man's background, trying to find out why he harbored resentment and what he hoped to get from this. Was this a calculated vendetta or simply the result of some misunderstandings in the past? Does this new relationship challenge his authority, or is it a challenge that could be neutralized? It would appear every thought was questions upon questions, building on these, thus leaving him with anxiety. Meanwhile, the new boyfriend seemed very indifferent to Kody's rising unease. Insiders claim that he deliberately kept his cool, knowing full well that any perceived aggression would fall right into Kody's lap. Instead, he deployed passive psychological weaponry, lingering glances, pointed remarks, and well-timed interactions contrived to unsettle the family patriarch without inviting frank confrontation. Kody knew these tactics were being used on him. He found himself reacting in ways he hadn't experienced before. Tentative, guarded at times, and visibly shaken. It created the perfect storm of anxiety for Kody. His usual methods of conflict resolution, calm discussions, strategic planning, and measured authority were no longer sufficient. Every move seemed fraught with risk, and every interaction carried the potential for escalation. Friends report that he became hyper-aware of the reactions of his wives and children, trying to gauge their allegiances and anticipate potential support or opposition. This constant vigilance drained him emotionally and mentally, leaving fans to wonder if Kody's composed exterior was finally cracking. But adding to that stress was Janelle's seeming indifference to the chaos she had created. While Kody moved through panic and strategic planning, Janelle seemed to wear her new relationship with a boldness that could be quite inspiring and frustrating to all around her. Insiders say her confidence and desire to openly be with her boyfriend only served to heighten Kody's anxiety as it reflected back at him his lack of control over this situation. This was different than other conflicts, in which Kody could often assert authority and keep things steady. This time around, he was in a position where he felt powerless. Friends of Kody describe him as vacillating between frustration and determination. There are times he is said to have weighed directly confronting the new boyfriend, though often the same feeling of hesitation and caution could get the better of him. He knew that any impulsive act would further raise the conflict and would bring them unwanted attention, thus causing lasting damage in the family. However, the more he waited, the worse it got due to public attention and speculation on social media, which further raised the stakes. According to sources, one of the most dramatic moments came during a private family argument. Kody tried to tell Janelle that her new relationship was putting family harmony at risk. She replied stridently, defending her choices and her right to happiness. The argument reportedly ended with no resolution, with Kody frustrated and visibly shaken. Observers say this was indicative of the larger battle. Kody's authority and confidence were being questioned not just by an outsider, but by a family member whose choices ran counter to his expectations. Sources close to the family indicate that Kody's panic has caused ripples far beyond his contact with Janelle and her boyfriend. It is reported that other wives sensed his unease, some trying to mediate, while others just watched, not knowing how to intervene. The delicate balance Kody had long maintained seemed increasingly fragile, the tension increasing in ways that sources close to the family describe as unprecedented. No more were the stakes personal. They were structural, inclined toward disrupting the very foundation of family dynamics he had been building for so long. Meanwhile, Kody has reportedly begun crafting ways to try and wrest some semblance of control back. According to friends, he weighed everything from private sit-downs with the new boyfriend and mediation sessions with Janelle to even adjustments in his own behavior as a means of preventing the situation from worsening. Every move was deeply considered because Kody knew one wrong move could fuel the chaos. Things were further complicated by being in the public eye, since fans and media alike continued to parse every word and action for any hint of what might come next. /p. The panic Kody felt was not altogether emotional, but was more psychological in nature too. To be so openly and personally challenged forced him to confront some very real vulnerabilities he rarely acknowledged. He had to reconsider assumptions regarding loyalty, control, and influence within the family. For a man accustomed to being the anchor of stability, this was a profound shift, underlining the limits of authority when confronted with emotional dynamics and independent choice. As events continued to unfold, Kody sought advice from friends and confidants. Some advised a head-on confrontation, while others urged patience and observation. The myriad of opinions introduced yet another layer of complication, as Kody weighed both his immediate actions and long-term consequences on family relationships, public perception, and personal well-being. The pressure was unyielding, and sources close to him say that Kody's anxiety reached levels rarely seen by either fans or insiders. Meanwhile, the continued calm and confidence of the new boyfriend only increased Kody's panic. Every interaction was a reminder that this wasn't a casual challenge either, but it would be a calculated presence to upset the patriarchal balance. Friends say Kody frequently revisited past decisions, wondering if he had underestimated the situation or not anticipated the independent choices of Janelle. This cycle of doubt and strategy contributed to a tense atmosphere resonating all through the family and captivating viewers. Social media continued to fuel the panic. Viewers were dissecting every action, sharing theories, and speculating on confrontations. That created this atmosphere around him where Kody's every move was looked at, analyzed, and publicized. This constant exposure creates pressure, since Kody has to manage personal relationships and public perception at the same time. The private tensions paired with the very public fallout, a combination and situation that Kody had really never been in before. Ultimately, Kody's panic and reaction show the human side of reality TV drama. Behind the composed figure viewers often see is a man trying to get by with uncertainty, fear, and high emotional stakes. Janelle's new boyfriend shook not only the family dynamics, but also the control and stability that Kody was used to. Being unable to answer this effectively and maintain authority over the protection of family cohesion raises a very captivating storyline. Indeed, the attention it would draw from fans makes them impatiently wait for the continuation. As the Brown family moves forward, the question begs to be answered. Will Kody ever regain his footing, or has Janelle's new relationship permanently shifted the balance of power? The stakes are high, the emotions are intense, and the drama is far from over. Spectators sit at the edge of their seats, watching every move, every glance, and every word, knowing that the next encounter could prove more explosive than the last. The world of the Browns was at a tipping point. The tension, subtle confrontations, and public speculation of weeks all culminated in drama between Kody, Janelle, and her new boyfriend. Kody had been known as the steady anchor to his complex family, but now found himself being dragged onto uncharted emotional ground. His authority, well-crafted over years, was being questioned in ways that were both public and deeply personal. Meanwhile, Janelle seemed to flourish in the chaos, taking up her new relationship and the attention of it all, while leaving fans to wonder how the patriarch would respond to this never-encountered challenge. Things had become so tense, insiders call it electric. Every glance, every word, every interaction between Kody and the new boyfriend had meaning, signaling dominance battles, strategy, and emotional influence. Friends close to Kody say he spent hours considering his next move, weighing options, and looking at potential consequences. Could he directly confront the new boyfriend? Would mediation with Janelle help keep cohesion in the family? Or was this beyond repair, a permanent shift in the dynamic of the family? Janelle's new boyfriend stayed calm, calculated, and, many say, almost provocatively intentional. Unlike the challenges Kody has faced before, this man did not have to raise his voice or make bold statements. His mere presence was a threat, a subtle but strong reminder that Kody's hold on the family could no longer be taken for granted. This silent tension kept audiences on a knife's edge, as viewers of reality TV knew all too well that the most dramatic moments often occur not in screaming arguments, but in these hushed, charged standoffs. Social media amplified the drama to unimaginable levels. Hashtags such as #KodyPanic, #JanelleDrama, and #SisterWivesClash continued trending as fans analyzed every interaction, predicted outcomes, and made theories about the unfolding saga. Memes of Kody looking stressed or Janelle confidently holding her new boyfriend's hand have flooded platforms. Reaction videos have multiplied as YouTubers analyze facial expressions, body language, and even clothing choices. This story has gone beyond the reality television program into a multi-platform, interactive extravaganza where the fans have taken on being part of the story themselves. Amidst all this, Kody was faced with a very personal problem. On the one hand, he wanted to exert his authority, shelter his family, and preserve stability. On the other, he had to face that Janelle, a strong-willed and independent woman, had chosen a path that did not totally align with his expectations of her. Friends close to Kody report that he grappled with intense emotions, frustration, anxiety, fear of losing influence, and even a sense of betrayal. This created a riveting storyline, one fans could also relate to on a human level, even further than reality TV pageantry. The Brown children, too, unwittingly became players in the continuing saga. Observers note that family gatherings had become tense, with kids noticing subtle mood and allegiance shifts. Kody reportedly worried about the long-term consequences this might have for his children, who were caught up in such real-life challenges of managing complex relationships and emotional tensions. For viewers, this was yet another level of intrigue. The story was not just about adult rivalries, but about far-reaching results of personal choices within a family ecosystem. Insiders say the next family meeting could be a game-changer. Kody, already on edge, might just have an honest face-to-face encounter with the new boyfriend. The possibilities are endless. Are there going to be screams of words, a strategic compromise, or an all-out implosion of civility? Viewers are taking endless guesses to theorize how alliances may shift among the wives, how Janelle might show her side if her relationship comes into question, and if Kody can reclaim his place without the family imploding beyond repair. Anything seems possible, and for that reason viewers remain glued to their screens, anxiously anticipating new episodes. Reports state that Kody has started to consider more strategic approaches to what is increasingly a tense family situation. He is weighing his options, which range from private conversations with the new boyfriend to behind-the-scenes mediations with Janelle, to even subtle moves to get his influence back without outward conflict. The psychological tension in this could not be more serious. On the one hand, this family dispute is not the screaming matches or overt confrontation of family disputes across the country. This is a battle of perception, strategy, and restraint, just as much as a battle of emotion. Kody's challenge is not just to win. It is to navigate a delicate balance where any misstep could have lasting consequences. Not so for Janelle, who seems to take it all in her stride. If anything, her confidence in the new relationship has grown, and this period of tension seems to have been embraced as an opportunity to flex her independence muscles. According to friends, she is fully cognizant of the stakes involved and is handling them with aplomb. Adding emotional control to a storyline where one has to withstand the scrutiny of Kody further complicates the thread. Fans can't seem to get enough of the bravery and determination that makes the drama even more multidimensional. The public spectacle has also amplified Kody's pressure. Reality TV audiences are notoriously invested in the narratives of power, loyalty, and emotional conflict that the Brown family gives them in leaps and bounds. Every interaction, every subtle reaction, and every decision is amplified through social media commentary, speculation, and viral content. Kody's panic is no longer confined to the family. It is an international conversation with millions of eyes watching, analyzing, judging his every move. Sources close to the family say the cliffhanger nature of this conflict is intentional, both by the unfolding reality and by the way the show's narrative is presented. The viewer is left with a number of questions rather than answers. Will Kody confront his enemy? Will Janelle choose her heart over family stability? Will alliances shift amongst wives? Or will loyalty hold strong? The tension is there, not just through explosive confrontations, but through anticipation, speculation, and the ever-present uncertainty of human behavior. The stakes go way beyond personal relationships. Kody's authority, the family's public image, and even the internal balance between wives and children are all at stake. Every decision has ramifications that could continue to reverberate for a very long time. According to sources, coming episodes will include several heated confrontations, heartfelt talks, and moments of improbable vulnerability from Kody. While the new boyfriend is a calm and relentless presence, The story is going to continue to ratchet up, with emotional, social, and even public repercussions. To the fans, it is addictive drama wherein every post on social media, every interview snippet, and every reaction video adds to the moment-to-moment suspense. The story is no longer about who is right or wrong. This is a power struggle, emotional resilience, and those crazy, unpredictable ways human relationships grow under stress. Kody's desperate struggle to maintain a tight grip, Janelle's fight to follow her desires, and the quiet but undeniable threat of the new boyfriend create tension that is relatable yet thrilling. As the cliffhanger unfolds, the questions linger. Can Kody take back his power and bring some semblance of order back to the family? Will Janelle choose love over loyalty? Is the new boyfriend the menace, or is his presence simply a catalyst for Kody to grow, adapt, and respond in ways fans have never seen? Every scenario seems possible, which is what keeps viewers hooked and waiting for more. The Brown family's story is one of those cases that disclose the deep emotional stakes involved in reality TV, mingling with utterly human experiences: fear, love, and power. Kody's panic, Janelle's boldness, and the calculated presence of the new boyfriend create a narrative that is as suspenseful as it is emotionally charged. The revelation keeps audiences worldwide glued to their screens, knowing full well the next move could change everything. Ultimately, the cliffhanger is more than just a storytelling device. It's reflective of real human dynamics at their most raw and unpredictable. Kody struggles, Janelle makes her choices, and that threat of the new boyfriend hangs over their heads to create a truly compelling, yet relatable, narrative. A perfect storm of suspense, emotion, and reality television drama. The story leaves viewers with one undeniable truth: never again will the Brown family be as it was. The tension, uncertainty, and high stakes mount with each new episode, making the next chapter impossible to predict and irresistible to watch. The Brown family's world was at a tipping point. After weeks of tension, subtle confrontations, and public speculation, drama between Kody, Janelle, and her new boyfriend reached an all-time high. For the first time, Kody, foundational as the steady anchor for his complex family, found himself out of familiar emotional waters. His authority, methodically cultivated over years, was being tested in ways that were public and intensely personal. Meanwhile, Janelle seemed to flourish in the bedlam, embracing her new relationship and the attention it brought, which led fans to wonder how the patriarch would react to this unprecedented challenge.